Good morning. I'm going to bring our devotion today from James chapter 2. I'm going to be reading verses 8 through 11. It says, if you really keep the royal law found in Scripture, love your neighbor as yourself, you are doing right. But if you show favoritism, you sin and are convicted by the law as lawbreakers. For whoever keeps the whole law and yet stumbles at just one point is guilty of breaking all of it. For he who said, do not commit adultery, also said, do not murder. If you do not commit adultery, but you do commit murder, you become a lawbreaker. James is simply pointing out to us that Jesus said when they asked him, what is the greatest of the commandments? He didn't quote just one of the 10 commandments he learned as a little Jewish boy. He summed up those 10 commandments in 2 commandments. One, you love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. And second, you love your neighbor as yourself. I believe James is reminding us that you can't not love your neighbor and say you love God. He says, you break one, you break them all. So you either going to treat your neighbor and with the mercy. I know he goes on later to talk about, that God will show us mercy. He expects us to do the same for others. He can't show us mercy if we're not willing to show it ourselves. The royal law he brings out is that we love our neighbor as ourselves. If we can do that, you don't have to worry about not committing murder, not all the other commandments that are listed in Exodus. Lastly, I'm just going to encourage you that don't get so caught up in the law. That's what I loved about Jesus when he answered that question. He didn't quote a book of the Old Testament. He said, simply do these 2 things. Love God, love others. I pray that those relationships are what you're focused on today. Thank you.